The whole of Africa went for a match for this particular person, General Michael Langley, whom the US want to use to eliminate Ibrahim Traoré of Burkina Faso. He has not regretted his actions and his hate speech against Burkina Faso. Michael Langley is still insisting that he don't regret what he said. Ibrahim Traoré is a threat to America's interest.
General, let's talk about countries taking on their own autonomy. You are on African soil, not for the first time, but this would be a good moment to ask about one of the countries that has taken its own autonomy, and that's Burkina Faso. Yeah. Your remarks recently at the Senate seem to suggest that he's diverting, General Traoré, is diverting its 4 billion gold reserves to sustain his military rule rather than for public welfare. These remarks sparked widespread, condemnation across the continent. What did you mean by that statement?
Let me speak to Burkina Faso's sovereignty. They maintain their sovereignty. They make their decisions how they use their resources. They make their decisions who their resources go to for military support. That's their sovereign right. But my cautionary tale was just from a military perspective. That was a Senate Armed Services Committee asking me a direct question. Burkina Faso, a lot of great things going on to progress them forward, okay? But then when you look at the military part of it, knowing that that's the epicenter of global terrorism, it was my time to illuminate that this is probably their weakest point, and there needs to be sufficient resources going towards for the whole fight of terrorism in that country, period. They make their decisions, though. That's their sovereignty, their sovereign right to make their decisions, what is appropriate, what's not. But I wanted to illuminate that is going in the wrong direction now. ISIS is getting stronger. JNIM is getting stronger. Al-Qaeda in the lands of the Maghreb is getting stronger in that country.
And do you think it's getting stronger after General Traoré took over?
It has. Just look at the numbers of attacks. It really has, since 2022. I've been tracking this since I took command. So, no ill will towards him, but the decisions is their own. They're looking for other ways to be able to, they're still on warfighting footing, but it's just going to take more resources.
So you stand by that statement? Because there's been pressure on you to walk those statements back.
That's my statement. That's my assessment. That is getting worse. More needs to be done for not just local, but whole of country, because of these violent extremist organizations are seeking revenue, they're seeking resources, they're seeking recruiting from the Burkinabe people, and they're seeking refuge within their country. That threatens their sovereignty.
And that threatens America's interest?
Say again?
Does that then threaten America's interests?
Yes, thank you for asking that. Because especially ISIS, and of course in East Africa is inextricably linked all the way to ISIS West Africa, ISIS Sahel, and there's going to be probably a move afoot for them to move and seek refuge within the line. So we have shared objectives, and we offer to work together with the Burkinabe government and border countries. Mali, Niger, coastal West Africa countries, collective, because here's what these organizations do. Here's what these terrorist organizations do. They seek refuge in the seams or the borders of these countries and lets them thrive and grow and lets them recruit, gain resources to carry on their illicit and nefarious activities against the populations of those people.
And what would America, perhaps AFRICOM, be prepared to do? Would you be considering an ouster like we saw with Muammar Gaddafi in Libya? Because there's still many Africans who are yet to recover from that. If this is a bigger threat, as you say, in Burkina Faso, what is AFRICOM prepared to do about it?
This question that a host asked him, that why is the U.S. still bordering Africa after they killed Muammar Gaddafi, and Africans are still healing from the loss of Muammar Gaddafi, which the U.S. did kill him and took over the natural resources of the country, which is the oil. But someone needs to remind this man, this military man, this General Michael Langley, that Americans are just using him and they don't love him. They are using him as a black man against his own black people because they know he can deceive us in some way when they come with a black face. But his personality, they don't have interest in his personality. He's also black like us. Somebody must advise this man to be a traitor to your own people. He don't regret about what he said concerning Ibrahim Traoré's gold reserve, that he claims that he is using it to enrich himself and not for the people. And even if Ibrahim Traoré is using the gold reserve of Burkina Faso to enrich himself, what does it concern America in this scenario? What is their interest in Burkina Faso? Can we Africans wake up one day and go to the United States of America and tell them what to do? Can we stand up one day and go and tell President Trump that stop deporting people? Stop making yourself the ruler of the world, dictating for countries around the world. We cannot tell him such because that is his country and that is his position as the president. And he does what he wants. Abide by the constitution of the nation that he rules as the president. Same thing happens to Burkina Faso. They are a sovereign nation on their own. They have the right to determine their own future. Is America the ruler of the world? Are they trying to tell us that they are ruling the whole world or they own the whole world? What is happening? This is disgusting. This is the time that we have to embrace good governance over puppets, over corrupt leaders who claims to be elected presidents. They are thieves. They are puppets to serve their master's interest in Africa, leaving our own people in poverty. They don't care about us. We have seen the light and we are no longer going back into the darkness. No matter how much America will push their agenda in Africa, we are standing by our faith, our belief that we need a leader, not a puppet. This is a new Africa, and imperialism in Africa must fall. Ibrahim Traoré will live and rule to see the success of the entire African continent, not only Burkina Faso. And we, the youth of Africa, are giving our 100% support to Ibrahim Traoré. Let us all make sure as Africans that we don't give a chance for Michael Langley to succeed in his selfish ambition to eliminate Ibrahim Traoré of Burkina Faso. We know he is just the face, but the face must not succeed. If the face succeeds, the enemy behind the face has also succeeded. We will not give that chance. We are enlightened. We know what is happening in Africa. We know the enemy's focus and their interest in our precious continent, Africa. It is about time that we stand up and fight for our freedom as Africans, as black people. A word to the wise, it is always enough. Thanks for watching. Like the video, share it to a broader audience. Subscribe to the channel to help us grow. My name is Don Cyrus. I will see you in the next video. I appreciate you.